we are live, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Okay,
hello. I am so excited for today's topic. Oh my
absolutely. God. So today we are here, and this is the Hopeful Romantic Podcast, the podcast where we still have hope. There's still a way to find the person that you need in your life. This is not about, all bashing women, bashing men. No, we believe in love, and that's why we have you here, the Hopeful Romantic Podcast. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here with MayaVibesz because we're going to be discussing a super interesting topic. I'm going to let her roll and really go in on what we're talking about, only because she's the one that's had a lot of experience with men trying to come at her with this logic. Now, you guys know me by now. I am a feminist with chauvinist tendencies. So my answer kind of teeters on a little bit of both. But I'm going to put it over. MayaVibesz, let us know, what is the question?
The question is, why do men need women? Okay. Ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, first of all, from a biological standpoint, right? The most obvious reason a man needs a woman is for procreation. Okay? Men cannot have children. They need a woman's body in order to do that. Okay. For men to ask this question is the most ridiculous question to me to ask, because you come from a mother. Okay? You come from a mother. And you needed your mother at some point in your life, right? To be born, to be nursed, to be raised. In some cases, I understand, some men don't have a mother figure in their life, and maybe they weren't raised by their mother, but there was at least some woman in their life that was impactful, okay? So why do you need a mother? First of all, you need a mother to be born, okay? Secondly, you need a woman in your life to procreate and have children, okay? If those two aren't valuable enough reasons to show you what the magnitude of their importance in your life, then I don't know what is. Okay? Men also, in some cases, need women to get them to different levels in their life. And it doesn't mean that a woman is going to turn around and get you a job or any of that stuff, right? She's not going to get you through college or whatever. But she's certainly, if you pick the right one, going to bring peace of mind into your life. And that's going to allow you to do things that perhaps you didn't do before. Okay?
Okay.
So the value of a woman and this movement, this is all coming from this movement that we're going to have a deeper conversation about. This movement that says, these men are anti-women and prefer to be by themselves instead of putting in the effort to be with a woman, right? Be with a loving woman. They're stating that these women are setting the standards high. Maybe you're setting your standards too high because you're looking at these chicks, right? Lower your standards a little bit if that's the case. Okay, this is what I feel about this entire, and I'm going to call this a youthful movement that has no basis, okay? Because if you look at things from an economic standpoint, okay, procreation builds economies. This fallacy that we should only limit ourselves to having one or two children, okay? If that were true, we wouldn't have population giants China and India, okay? in this country, and I'm talking to Americans right now, okay? In this country, we need to abolish that mentality, this questioning of why women are important to men, or why men need women, okay? We need to abolish this mentality because it goes directly against building our economy, okay? And I'll say enough about that, but tell me what your take is on that.
Well, to speak honestly, right? I hear what you're saying, and I think women fail the minute they entertain the conversation.
I totally agree.
Let's talk about the actual question that's being asked. Do you remember the actual question? Because I have it here.
No,
the actual question is, and it's one of these fire topics across the internet that you see everywhere, and it's men asking women, what do you bring to the table? Okay. Now, as a single male, right, when I was single, I would listen to that and I would say, yeah, that's a perfectly reasonable question, because in this patriarchal system, a man has to bring X, Y, Z to the table in order for him to be valued, in order for him to be viewed as a proper suitor. Okay. And a lot of men are tired of it. A lot of men are looking around saying, what is it that I need a woman for? I have money, I have a place, I have this, I have that. Essentially, I could pay for somebody to take care of me. What do I need a woman for? That's what they're literally asking. All right. And I thought about that question, and I thought about it long and hard, because I've been teetering on both sides of it. Like, they got a point, whatever. Because I was single for a long time and I felt that way. I was like, I got my own house. I clean my own house. I cook my own meals. I take care of what do I need a woman for? Mm-hmm. Right? I literally would ask myself that. Like, what are you gonna do? Come here and sex? That's easy nowadays. That's not the hard part. What are you bringing? Right? And then it got to the point where, like you're actually asked to step over and take care of more than what's normally required. So now you're also taking care of somebody else's children. Right? So these guys are literally asking these questions. And I think that they come from a place. But I wanted to discuss what I actually thought about it. And I wanted to address what I want women to say when a man asks you that question. Because it's such a hot topic that you will get asked that question if you're single and dating and you come across that type of man. The question being,
first of all, if a man ever asked me, now remember you're talking to somebody who's a little bit old-fashioned. If somebody ever asked me, what do you bring to the table? My response is going to be, first of all, what table? When did love become a negotiation? When did love and being together become this commodity, this financial gain or emotion, financially charged emotion? When did this happen?
Yes, but beware, because the question doesn't come in the form of the question the way I'm asking you. That's not how it comes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's very easy for me to sit here and say, understand that when you hear these words, that's not what I mean. What I mean is when you hear these sentences, when you hear what's coming, when you hear what's behind the word. So, for instance, it may not come in, what do you bring to the table? Mm-hmm. It may start to come in actions where he's in a place and he's trying to get, he's really kind of like implying that you need to do more for you guys to enjoy better things. Sometimes it does. It comes in that.
This is something that I'm passionate about. Okay. I waited a long time to meet somebody. Okay. And one of the reasons that I absolutely adore this person is for his independence. Okay. The two of us, our independence matches. Okay. we're not coming into this relation thinking about what are you going to do for me? What are you bringing to the table? What are you? It's more like, let's come together, right? Let's put our personalities out there. Let's have this exchange of good energy and see if this is going to work for the long run, right?
But you're not dealing with those type of men.
Wait, I don't need your money and I don't need your money. But wait, but what I'm saying is what we're losing, Mike, what we're losing. First of all, you said something super important. The fact that we're even engaging, women are even engaging in these conversations and accepting that in their life, okay, to me is concerning for this youth. If a guy comes at you with because he's just looking at you as a dollar sign or to be vulgar, a piece of ass. And that is not what we were brought to the face of this earth to do. Okay? At its core.
Here's the thing, MayaVibesz. I don't mean to cut you off, but you're missing one of the details that's very important in this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
They usually come in the form of the type of man that you actually want, that you desire. Picture the kind of guy that you desire. The looks, the type of money you want, the type of individual, the way he carries himself.
Mike.
He turns you on. Wait, hear me out. He already turned you on. You looked at him. You liked him, right? And you only find out that he's this type of individual after you've already spent time with him. He took you to the nice to the nice dinner. He took you to the beautiful staycation. He took you away somewhere. He did all these things that you've been dying for a man to step up and do for you. And you're like, holy shit, this is the man of my dreams. Because I know you want to feel like you fly above this type of man. But unfortunately, women don't. They fall. This is the type of man women fall for, that they want. I've heard him called a high value man. I've heard him called a lot of different things on the internet. But these are the type of men that women seek out. You see him, he walks in a room, he's electric.
Who are these women that are seeking these men out? Listen, this is what I'm trying to tell you. These women that are seeking these men out deserve these men who think like this.
They don't know. See, you're being too hard. See, this is where women become their own worst enemy, because you're being too hard on women. That's not how this works. This is a game of cat and mouse. I show you, I think I want you. I show you who I think you want. And I flash that at you, right? You fall for me, okay? Now you fell for me. Now you're kind of in a situation where you're 2 and 3 months in. And I'm not quite giving you everything you need. And then you find out that it's, well, I don't want to be in a relationship because now you're 2 or 3 months in. Remember that initial phase, you're lust and excited to be with him. And then you find out who this guy really is. And you find out he's never going to commit to you because he never put you in that box. He never looked at you as a woman that said, that fulfilled these things in him, right? And it leads me to the question, right? When a man asks a woman, what do you bring? And I wrote some notes. That's why I'm looking at my phone.
Go for it.
What do you bring to the table? I tell women, you say nothing. And you
exactly. 100%. I'm not in any kind of disagreement. You say nothing, you let him go about his life, and you never look at that guy again. What do I bring to the table? Who are you?
Well, wait.
I bring my ovaries. That's what I bring.
Understand why though? I don't think that many people have thought of why, and this is just my opinion. And we have Rob Lundy that says, Rob says, it also comes back to money when and if there's a divorce. Absolutely. Money and finances are at the core of what we consider a healthy relationship. That's why divorce is usually driven by finances. But back to this, why do you walk away? The question itself is an answer. When he asks you that question, he's actually answering a bunch of questions for you.
Of course. Okay?
What he is saying is he is telling you his ideology, and is not the type of man that essentially you're going to commit long term with.
Correct. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye.
Right.
Go far away from me.
No one in history has ever fallen in love because of a woman's resume, or because you can verbalize, right, what she brings to the table. That's never happened. This is how it works. A man meets a woman. There's a million and one things he likes about her before he gives a damn if she is a provider. Seriously. Now, there's a lot of guys that make it a high priority, but I guarantee you there's looks, there's how she makes him feel.
Be attracted to people. You gotta like,
are you my peace? There's different things that you have to bring to the table before I decide. So what I say is that before they verbalize, right? So because of a woman's resume and because she can verbalize what she brings to the table, men will tell you it's not words, it's a feeling and energy. When we meet a woman, it has nothing. You can have $1 million in the bank. That only means something to me after I've committed to you.
Right.
Once I've committed to you, once I fall for you, now all of a sudden, all of those degrees, all of that drive, now it means something to me. The day before I decided you were gonna be my girl, my wife, my future, the day before that happened, I could care less if you had $1 or $1 million. I don't care if you worked at Walmart or if you worked at a Fortune 500. It didn't matter. It's how you made. I met you. You worked at a lower end job. I met you. But you know what? Yo, you looked at my life and said, damn, Mike, nobody washes your clothes and helps you with this and that and fills in these gaps in your life. And she comes in and she does that. I don't care what she does for a living. It does not matter to me. You know what I mean? Once I realize,
listen, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you in a lot of what you're saying. Okay. But I think that what is missing in today's society and in the conversations that people are building is the fact that love, okay, love in its simple form and its purity isn't labor intensive. There is no table. There is no condition for love. Okay?
No, and you see, I have to disagree with you.
Listen, this is a conversation that people are missing out on. Okay? There is no condition for love. Listen to me. If you have to go into something and you're looking at something outside of, we're talking about, okay, let's talk about the initial relationship. The initial relationship is where you're establishing the foundation of, can I live with this person? Can I bring my world together with this person? Okay? What is the essence of who they are? Are they a kind person? Do they yell at animals? Do they think?
MayaVibesz, you're woman-splaining me. You are literally doing what women hate. You are woman-splaining me. I'm trying to tell you what men are thinking. And you're trying to woman-splain me on why it's not fair, on why love should be. And the truth is, the world is not fair, and love is never enough.
Absolutely, it's never enough. Okay? But what I'm telling you is the problem is people are not taking the time to build the foundation. Okay? Once you build the foundation, and it's exactly what you're saying. Once you build that foundation, okay, that initial interaction with that person, you're just building, okay? And you're establishing the fact that, you know what, I really like you as a person. Regardless of your finances, regardless of whatever, I really like you and enjoy you as a person, okay? The next level is obviously if you're going to join your life together, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? What's your economic status and stuff like that. But that second level, that economic status should not be a question about what do you bring to the table. My ability to
listen. If we were talking ideally, Rob says Instagram and Facebook have created a phony love and superficial prerequisites. Absolutely yes, right. I agree.
100%.
But here's the deal. Here's what you're doing. You're being idealistic about love. In a perfect world.
I'm not being idealistic. I'm being realistic.
No, I think you're not, because
I think I'm being realistic about love.
If you look at the dating world right now, would we be going through what we're going through if what you're saying is true. No,
The
people would
reason
take
the
the natural
dating world-
progression.
listen to me. The reason the dating world is the way it is because there's nobody like you and me checking people and saying, whoa, 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 whoa. When did this become commercial? When did this become commercial? When did this become a tag and go? When did this become a big ass booty call? Okay, when did love become commercialized?
But slow down. That's where we are. See, okay, we can talk about that and we can say where we agree and all that. But I'm trying to take you to where we are right now. And you just pointed out, this is your words. You pointed out that there's a question that men are asking, and there's a movement amongst men. So that's happening. And in order for us to address that, we have to address the woman part of the question. And that's where I want to end it.
Okay, wait. Before we go there, you know what? You know where this movement is coming from? And I'm sorry if I offend a couple of people, but this movement is coming from fluidity, sexual fluidity. That's where that movement comes from. That's where that conversation.
No.
This anti-woman movement, okay, from these fluid men. This is what I'm telling you. That's my opinion.
The blog says it's on both sides. It is, Hector. It is on both sides. It is on both. Yeah, I can't get with that argument. This is what I will say. Men. Okay, so what's the metric women use to decide if a man is going to be a partner? The usual metric they use is safety and security. Can this man make me feel safe? Can he provide? Is this secure? Is this something where I'm gonna feel safe in his arms? Is he a good man? Is he? It comes in the forms of trust, fidelity. It comes in all these. Right. Okay. So, women use safety and security as their metric to determine if a man is a candidate for a relationship. A man presents himself and lays out how he can provide said safety and security. Men seek that with a partner. You see, we have our timing is reversed. Women seek to see if you can provide safety and security, right? We go backwards. We get to know you, see if you fit in our lives, and then see if we're gonna feel safe and secure with you.
So then you guys started
first. No, you seek it first. You seek it first, and then decide if we're a candidate to be in a relationship. Hector Brown says, "Speak on it, Mike." Bro, man.
Listen, Mr. Brown, I'm going to talk to you right now.
So, so after they are invested, so men seek with a woman, with a partner, only after they're invested. When a man presented in the dating phase, he is essentially exuding the feminine energy. Because what he is doing, right, and he's doing it intentionally. I'm not saying that he's feminine. What I'm saying is he's exuding the feminine energy because what he's doing is he is using a woman's metric against her. He's saying, oh, this is the metric you come to me with. You tell me I have to be able to provide safety and security. All right, I'm going to flip it on you. But what you're essentially doing is you're not.
Let me ask you a question. Because I've never done this, okay? And I don't know any woman that has ever done it. What woman has ever said to a man directly, I need you to provide safety and security for me?
Is this what are you kidding me?
Wait. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Okay. I don't need to ask a man, okay? If that's the role that he wants to take on.
Hector Brown says it's indirect. You're right.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Right.
It's an indirect thing. Okay, fine. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that there seems to be this idea that we are all these damsel in distress, that we can't take care of ourselves and be our own security and our own, strength. Okay? There's that missing component in this male conversation. Oh, I need you to be my safety and my security.
No. What you're doing is you're taking a very noble concept and twisting it to make it look like we're doing something wrong.
I'm not saying that you're doing something wrong, because I'm a mom, okay? I'm a mom and I'm a mother to a son, and I'm raising a son, okay? And I want my son to be a strength in someone's life. Right. I want him to be the strength, but it doesn't mean that he's obligated to be the strength, okay? Let's just get that out there.
No. Let's go back. Let's address that.
Placing on themselves.
Let's address that. You see your son with a woman. He's working 3 jobs, busting his ass. She's living in a luxury high-rise apartment, and all she does is sit on a couch and fart. And you're okay with that? I'm
not okay with it. But if that's the life that he's choosing to live for himself,
don't do that. Don't do that.
If that's the life that he's choosing to live for himself, this is what I'm trying to tell you. These men are trying to put this all back on the women. No, buddy. If you're choosing to live your life this way and you're placing all this burden on yourself, talking about that you need to be the safety and security, women are so independent right now. Women are so, you know.
I could drive a car with my feet. It doesn't mean I'm supposed to. Right? And you're taking the context of the framing of safety and security, and you're trying to make it sound like, yo, it's Rapunzel, and I gotta, let me bring it up. No, that's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, you're a woman. It works in reverse as well. Except when we talk about the concept, we don't talk about it as safety and security. We talk about it as be our peace. It's about fulfilling gaps in people's lives. You meet somebody, okay? Basically, a woman could struggle all by herself. She can struggle all by herself. And I don't necessarily mean struggle economically. I mean, there's women that make $400,000 a year that their vibrator is on extra mode because they haven't gotten touched. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking to you about is there's women, right? And men. It's an equal exchange of energy. It's I am looking to fulfill this need in you. It's not safety as in I'm scared and I need.
Why are men putting that burden on themselves?
Because society has done that over history.
Old-fashioned society has done that. Old-fashioned society has told you that you have to be.
Have you not been on the internet? Have you not been on the internet and anything and heard what these women? I need a guy that's 6'3", makes 6 figures. I need a guy Listen,
and I'm going to do a whole
this argument is the pushback against those women. See, here's the deal. We're only talking about a small part of each society. We're not talking about your average human being. It's like politics. When the left talks this way, the right talks this way, but the majority of us are right in the middle, living our lives, right? The same thing with this type of talk. There's the extremes. There's the movement these guys are having. There's the movement that these women are pushing. I want this, men, I want this. We're literally talking about outliers. But when a man tells a woman, "Oh, what do you bring to the table?" he's essentially only telling her a couple of things. This is what his action should be. She should read. I'm not feeling you. I'm not feeling your energy. Or sometimes it's I can't meet the standards you have set. So let's see if I can get you to lower them. Or the third is possibly, I don't see the value in you. You're not, what's the value in you? See, I could talk at somebody, like I said, I'm a feminist with chauvinist tendencies. I could talk about this because I lived this life. I lived this life where women were coming in and out of my life. You witnessed it, you saw it. Women were coming in and out of my life, random chicks, and it was more like, and anytime it got to some type of commitment that they wanted, or anytime anything got close to that, I would look at them and be like, yeah, so what do you know? How is this going to benefit me? What do I get out of it? Now, wait.
This is why I have been single.
When I met the woman that I feel is, this woman's for me. When I finally met her, guess what? That question never popped into my mind because she organically filled a lot of these holes that I had, a lot of these gaps. She filled them automatically. Energy, energy.
But what you're leaving out, okay, is the fact that she is a genuinely kind-hearted person.
Right. And that's what
naturally by nature. She's a nurturer. She's wonderful. She's sweet. She loves making people
what I needed. But then there's the next guy that he would have gotten her and treated her like garbage because that's not what he needed. She could be all that. You see, when I agree with you. She is all that, right? For me, because she fits my puzzle. When you grab that same woman to the next puzzle, and it's like putting a square hole in a round peg. It's not going to work. That's the point I'm trying to make. You're not. Let's go to some questions, some comments. Hector Brown, yeah, women are demanding more. I think there is a big generational shift happening. Once a model makes the pay on the first date. Jump in, brothers. Yeah, he does. He has this thing where he's like, I'm the commodity. Well, he was. I don't know what he's at now. Before he was like, I'm the commodity. You got to pay on the first date. Let me know, because we know that there's a lot less of us than there are of women looking for that type of relationship.
So you have, listen, modern society has a group of women who are materialistic and placing more value on getting stuff out of men than actually falling in love. Then you have a group of men who are against the whole movement and saying, I'm not gonna pay attention to what you're putting out there because you're putting too much pressure on me, blah 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 blah. Okay, so
well, you're falling for it.
Wrongs don't make a right. Right?
No, you're falling for it.
So why don't men take this approach? Try to get the woman to a place where you don't need to be materialistic. Let's just be real. And let's just get to know each other. Let's just be real and take a walk at the park.
That's easier said than done. That's easier said than done. Okay.
No, because you put the vibe
it is.
there,
I'll tell you why.
I've dated guys like that, and I'm like, hold on a second.
You're not taking into account. There are women, right? There are women who, when they were 7 years old, their light got cut. The
Kardashian vibe.
Listen,
that's what they are.
There's women, right? No. You see, again, you're being women's worst enemy, and you're a woman.
I'm not. Listen, I'm gonna do a podcast about this because I do not like this whole Kardashian mentality, vibe, materialism, and all this stuff.
You're being too hard. Maybe I'm being too easy, and the audience could tell us. But I think you're being too hard. Listen, I'm gonna put it to you like this.
What I'm trying to
do
is
have a young girl. Listen to me first. Hold on.
And become
you have
women.
A young girl.
Stop being little girls. Okay.
You have a young girl. Wait. You have a young girl that when she was 7 years old, her father walked out, and when she was 8, 9, and 10, the electricity kept getting cut, and she would be in the dark with her candles and go to school, rip clothes, and there was a lot of want in her life coming up. A lot of want. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she gets to an age where she says to herself, I'm never going to want again. Okay. And she goes out and she gets it on her own.
Awesome.
Wait. You see, you got to wait. She goes out and gets it on her own. And when she meets a good guy, she looks at him and says, okay, I can do this on my own, but this is what my real dream is up here. Can you get me there? And I'm not going to entertain you unless you can get me there. All right. Men come to that same conversation. And they say
men need to walk away from it. Goodbye. See you later.
Not that easy because the hot young chicks with the breasts and the ass and the way they look looks like that.
That's a mind shift that men need to get out of. Okay?
No, men don't need to do anything.
That's just a mind shift that you need to get out of.
Women don't have to be damsels in distress. That's not what men have to be.
Get yourself an ugly chick and make her pretty. That's what I can tell you.
Let's go to some comments.
You're sitting there talking about. You're sitting there, but oh my gosh, she's putting pressure on me. She wants me to move her to the next level. Ain't nobody putting pressure on nobody.
A lot of times. See, when a man gets to a certain level, that's not what he's looking for. But we'll talk about that. So we'll get to a comment. You would say says that's a toxic relationship to a powerful couple. That's a toxic relationship. A powerful couple is a strong marriage. Is built by two people lifting each other up and two people making the other feel that the love.
Yes,
they have their back. That in good and bad, they will be there.
But there's no obligation. There's no obligation. We do stuff. We come into relationships because we want to. We come into relationships to offer the best part of ourselves.
I have to clear that up. Clear that comment up because I like that. He says, "LOL, ugly chick and make her pretty. Pick your position." He's
Sure.
like, we can't make you do anything. We can't make you do anything. The point being, right? Let's go back to the original topic. The original topic being
that was an extreme comment, but what I'm trying to get at is if you come across one of these materialistic women, and I know them, I'm friends with them, okay? If you come across one of these materialistic women who are putting all this pressure on you, that ain't your chick. I don't care how pretty she is. Maybe you are going above and beyond your level, okay? Find yourself a chick that's not going to put pressure on you.
This is what he means by pick an argument. Because we can't tell men. So you're essentially telling guys, you're right. You're right. F these chicks
How?
if they bring shit to the table.
How am I telling a man he's right?
You just said it. You just said it right now.
I'm telling a man.
Leave her alone.
What I'm saying to men is this. Go and find your peace, not your piece of ass. Okay? Find your peace. Find a woman who's not going to turn around and make your relationship financially charged. Put added pressure.
You're agreeing with the man. Do you not see that you're agreeing with the man?
And for my women, okay, if you need to have a conversation with the man about him leveling you up, that ain't your man. That's not your man. You need to go find yourself the guy that is going to level you up for real.
But do you not see how you're agreeing with these men? What you're saying is, all right, just to bring it back home, what you're saying is, oh, you meet a girl and she's asking for too much from you. Yo, leave her right where she's at. Yo, go back to being just go find yourself a good chick, right?
That's your interpretation. What I'm saying is, what I'm telling women is, if a man ever comes to you, if you're out there doing your thing, okay, and you want to reach a certain level in your life, okay, and some fool comes up to you and says, what are you bringing to my table? Cut him off. Goodbye. See you later. We don't need those type of conversations. We need to focus our time and our energy on people who are going to do what we want them to do in our life. Okay? On the flip side, what I'm telling a man is, if you come across my sisters who are trying to do their thing and leveling up and want you to step in and make a contribution, and you can't, and you're sitting there asking, what are you bringing to the table? Walk away, buddy. Walk away from her. She don't need you. Okay? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, you're not living in the real world. Women don't act like that. People don't act like that. You're really trying to say that people are going to just, that's not how it works. You're missing a whole part where the courting process. In the courting process where you find this out. And a lot of times, unfortunately, in that courting process, you'd like. That's why I always say there comes a time where a woman starts chasing what she wants and accepts what she deserves. All right? I say that because a lot of times people in the courting process, they fall for somebody that can never really give them what they want, heart to heart. It can never give you what you really want, but you fell for them emotionally. You fell for them, okay? And that's where the problems begin. And this is where so now I met you. Like, again, I'll set you the scenario. I met you, all right? Guy or woman, it doesn't matter. I met you. We go on these beautiful dates. You never ask me to pay. Or I pay sometimes, you pay sometimes. We go on these beautiful dates. We've gone on some staycations. We talk about this, we talk about that. We have so much in common. Our families like each other, right? And then one day, see, the woman has already assessed that he can provide, he can do for her. She's already done that in this courting process. So she's free to like him and love him. The man has not done that process. We haven't done that. We're getting to know you to see if you're worth asking that question. Now we get to a point, it's like,
okay.
And if you haven't been able and my point is,
what I'm trying to tell you, Matt.
If you haven't been able to answer those questions that far into a relationship, walk away from that man. Because he's basically saying, I haven't seen the value in you yet. I don't really care about a man that doesn't commit to you wholeheartedly, does not see value in you. So walk away.
100%. 100%. What I dislike is this notion. Like I want to know these women. Who are these women? Where are they coming from? Who are these women that want this security, this this want to give themselves to these men? Like I don't know any girls like this.
So then
When
you know
I
what?
have conversations with my girlfriends, this is what we're saying.
You guys were single for a long time, right?
Listen to me. What do you want from me? And I'm talking about 20-year-olds all the way to even 70. What would you like in a man? You know what? I want a man who can provide a good life.
Provide safety and security.
Safety and security. Wait.
But
Safety and security. Hold on a second. But it's really not safety and security. When you talk to me about safety and security, I'm talking about, okay, safety and security for a woman is, I want a man who I can leave by himself and not have to worry that he's going to turn around and be with 20 women. Okay? I want a man who's going to give me peace of mind that when I go to work, he's not going to stick another woman in my house. I want a man who when I'm, busy doing a podcast or whatever, he's not dipping into my bank account and taking my money. Okay?
That is what you're doing is that is safety and security. That is safety and security for MayaVibesz. What about that girl?
That is safety and security for a lot of women that I know. Okay.
No.
At the very
I guarantee
level,
you. Okay, now you're trying
to tell women what they want.
We're gonna have a poll. Because statistics don't lie. The leading cause of divorce is finances. It's not infidelity. So we're not gonna sit here and lie to ourselves and be like, oh, because I need him. No. A woman will forgive a man who cheated on her way before she will forgive a man who cannot provide for her. That's a fact. That's the numbers say that. I'm not saying that. Because if not, the leading cause of divorce would be infidelity and not financial. Okay? So let's take that off the table. That's not true. Because there's a lot more people on this earth that have suffered as a youth, as a kid, went through, didn't have the sneakers, the look, the this, the that, went through high school being bullied. There's a lot of people that had that when they're adults, they promise themselves that they will never go for that again. Right. And the partner they choose is a person that will make sure that on top of what I do for myself, you also love me enough to make sure I never go through that again. We got people very, very close to us that will testify to what I'm saying. That said, yo, you know what? I remember what it was like to have to pay rent at an early age. I remember what it was like to have come home and give mom my paycheck. I remember all that stuff. You know what I said to myself? That when I met a man that said to me, yo, your worries, those worries, not struggles, because that person individually never struggled because they busted their ass. But your worries are over. Your worries are over. And men can do that for women. We could do that. And you know what? Women can do that for men.
You know what?
I've had it done for me.
Let me tell you something.
Hold on, we got some comments.
If a man comes up to me and says,
we got some comments. Listen, this is good. You just said it. Safety and security. And you're describing that she's describing security. I agree, Hector. Mike is right. Finances is the leading cause, not infidelity. But go ahead, MayaVibesz.
Okay. I'm telling you, we're going to start a brand new movement here because this is my feel. Okay. I'm a strong woman. Okay. Who makes her own money. And when I didn't have money, I struggled it through by myself.
Okay.
Okay.
So you meet a guy.
I did not need a man in my life. Wait, I didn't need a man in my life, okay, to come and turn around and rescue me. I just never did. I was a strong woman.
You know what else you didn't need? You know what else you didn't need? You didn't need a guy sitting on your couch eating your kids' snacks talking about, yo, can I get $20 for an Uber?
100%. I didn't need that, but I'm not the kind of woman that would accept that anyway.
No. Point made. You will not tolerate that. I'm not the kind of
woman that would accept that. So that argument is off the table because
you're making the argument. You're making the argument by saying that's the point. That is the point. You will not. That's not even something you would consider. Right? Am I right? It's not even something you would consider.
I wouldn't consider.
But
I
if the
wouldn't
same guy
consider
came to
a
the
guy
table-
who's sitting on my couch, and I'm also not going to consider a guy who thinks he's going to come into my life to take care of me.
I'm calling bullshit. Listen,
No.
a guy comes into your house and
My
says,
life is-
"Hey,
Council's
no,
gonna
wait. Let's paint the scenario. A guy comes into your life, loves you, genuinely loves you, and says, "Hey, yo, you know your house? I like it. But listen, I got a 10-bedroom, 3-bathroom on Star Island, and yo, it's yours, yo. No contingencies. It's us. This will be our home. Your name will be on it.
I'm not buying it. You know what I would say to that guy? You know what I would say to that guy? Listen, I'll tell you what. I'll keep my house here furnished and whatever, and maybe leave my son living here or whatever, and I'll go with you with the idea that it's temporary. I will go with you with the idea that it's temporary and it's just a phase in my life that I'm going to live out. But I'm not going to sit there and think that he's going to support me and he's going to take care of me and he's going to.
You're adding to the narrative. Nobody said any of that. This is a genuine guy that loves you. The point being, we have to be honest with ourselves. I think we're not being honest in this. And they say, LOL, this is good. May need a part 2. I think it does. It
definitely needs a part 2. And you know what else it needs? We need a brand new narrative for these men who think that they need to come and save these damsels in distress. And the conversation really needs to be had with my sisters, okay? With my women, okay? Why aren't you strong enough to come into a relationship, financially strong enough and all this other stuff, and just say to the guy, all you need to do is be kind, be good to me, give me peace of mind. Do the same thing that they do. Give me peace of mind, okay?
Jennifer just made a great comment. Hold on. Personal preferences should not be turned into generalizations. Couples will go through therapy to work on a cheating spouse, but not to deal with basics like household expenses. Women in general will leave men who can't provide for them. In general. But the point being, she's even writing it out for you. She's letting you know that what you're saying. No, it's not. It's we're not going to agree. We're not going to agree.
The original question is, men are asking, what are you bringing to the table?
And I took the position of women. I took the woman's position. And you, in turn,
I'm also taking the woman's position.
No, you're not.
And I'll be playing. Listen,
you actually ended up taking.
Let me tell you something.
You actually ended up taking the male position.
I'm not taking the male position. I'm not. 100%, because if you're listening to what I'm saying to you, listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying to you. What I'm trying to tell women right now in this podcast is, first of all, you don't need a man. You do not need a man to make you valuable or rich or live a certain lifestyle. If you can't do it on your own, guess what? You're living what you're living, okay? You're living what you're living. Don't go expecting these men who are going to turn around later on and say, what are you bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table? I'm bringing all of this to the table.
What you're doing is
greatness.
You're making a lot of men
asking a question like that.
You're posing it so that a lot of men are going to pay for hearts that they didn't break. That's what you're doing right now. What you're doing is you're putting out there, no, because no guy's going to come into my life and do da. And guess what? There's a really nice guy out there that's super sweet, whose intentions are good, that doesn't subscribe to that ideology, that generally wants to come in and be there for you. And you know what? With this attitude, you're going to reject.
Then that guy is not going to ask you. That guy is not going to ask you, what do you bring to the table?
Neither is the other guy. That's what you're not. We made that clear. Neither is the other guy. The other guy is going to court you first, have you fall for him, and then pull that on you. That's how it works. He's not. It doesn't work the way you're thinking, where, you're going to see him coming. You don't see him coming. The guy that's like that sideswipes you because again, a lot of women.
What you're not understanding is that the guy that does that sideswipes the girl who is receptive to that.
No, because you've been sideswiped. I've been sideswiped. We've all been sideswiped.
Listen to me. I remember. I'm going to go back old school on you. Okay. I remember when we were young, right, and we used to sit around with all the aunties and the cousins and everything that were way older than us. All right. Their message to us was, put your big girl pants on and go do for you. Okay. Our generation had to put up with men, doing for us and taking care of us and all that stuff. You go out and be different. You go out and get a job, do your thing. And that's what I'm telling women. You go out, get a job. You don't need a man's security.
You're giving them bad advice. You're giving them bad advice, flat out. You're giving them bad advice because people don't want to die lonely.
I'm not giving bad advice.
They don't want to die lonely.
What I'm saying is, go out, do your thing, build your empire, and find a man for love.
Here's the problem with your math. The problem with your math is that as you're doing that, the population of men that you could pick from starts to shrink. That's why they say at our age, the dating pool has piss in it. Because you're literally sabotaging yourself. You're literally Yubi says you close the door to real love. You're literally closing the door to real love. Exactly. What you're doing is, as you're ascending,
I'm closing
the door.
I think I'm closing the door to being controlled. I'm closing the door to love. Because
no, you're closing the door to compromise. Why does it have to be about control? Why can't it be compromised? If you can't compromise, then you're not ready to love.
Oh, I'm ready.
There has to become a point where you compromise. Listen, when we get to a certain age, right, we are set in our ways. We are set in our ways. We are who we are. We're already as damaged as we're going to be, right? We are who we are. So what do? We stick to that. How about this? How about we normalize changing? How about we normalize adapting? How about we normalize pointing the finger at ourselves and saying, yo, this is what I've been doing wrong. It hasn't worked for 50 years, for 40 years.
What are we adapting to? What are we adapting to?
We're finding people, right? I always say this. The woman that was for me was going to see my darkness and love me anyway. I always said that. And guess what? I found a woman that saw my darkness and said, and gave me a reason to walk out into the light. She literally gave me a reason to walk out into the light. Okay? And had she been damaged and rejected me, right? Rejected that darkness right away, she wouldn't have gotten all the light that I have in me. And I think a lot of women are doing that nowadays. Oh, let's take that off the table. Because I'm going to take a poll. And do you want to die alone? And I'm sure that number is going to be very, very, very high where people come back and say no. Nobody wants to die alone. So let's take that. Let's stop with the myth and the lie. Oh, you're all you need. No, you're not. No, you are not. Okay? You're not all you need.
All you need when it comes to finances.
You're all you need to survive. You are all you need to survive. You are not all you need to live. Okay? It's very easy. I can jump in the water and I can float. And I cannot drown, but am I ever really swimming? No. Until you find that love, until you find that whatever, you can be successful in a lot of areas in your life. I'm not saying that because you didn't find love, you can't be successful in corporate America or whatever business you start. I'm not saying that because you didn't find love, you can't be happy. That's not what I'm saying. And I'm sure that a lot of people that are commenting are not saying that as well. What we're saying is that, yo, love should be that added bonus. It should be that cherry on top. And if you're not open to that cherry on top, then you've never really lived. Jennifer Baby says, you can build your empire, but flaunting that success and boasting about it is a turnoff. Men need to feel needed too. Humans need interaction and love. It's biological.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys are missing the point. You guys are totally missing the point. Because what I'm saying is, okay, get back to basics. A woman should not view a man for financial gain because she wants him to get her to the next level. Okay? A woman should view a man in his purity as he should view her. At the end of the day, the most important part of a relationship, okay, between a man and a woman is to come together and procreate. Bottom line, okay? And I know I'm discarding a lot of, the whole fluid, the fluid people, okay? But at the end of the day, at the very basic, right, between a man and a woman, you just want them to come together and procreate. Build humanity. Okay? Wait, all this other shit is a bunch of garbage.
No, look in time. You see, you're dismissing human history. You can't do that. The only reason, there's only two reasons people got together: survival and to have children. Those are the two essential reasons people got together. You're literally dismissing the whole survival part. Yes, nowadays, women are independent. Women have everything they need to survive on their own. Okay? You don't need a man to survive. Okay? You don't. A man doesn't need a woman to survive. We don't. Right? This is where we take a step back and we say to ourselves, okay, you look at somebody, you don't verbalize, hey, what do you bring to the table? You don't do that. What you do is you assess them. Women lead with their resume a lot of times because they lead with their resume because essentially that's what they want from a man. They want to know what his resume is first. Okay. Oh, you can hold the job. Okay, cool. So I'm not paying for your $10 Uber. Okay, cool. So you're going to pay sometimes when we go out because I have a child. I got money I got to spend over here. I don't have it. So, okay, cool. So we could balance each other. Okay, cool. Right? Men meet a woman and it's like, she smells good. She's pretty. Oh, she's funny. She's cool, man. Oh, I love hanging out with her. Oh, you're what? Oh, you make $1 million a year? Oh, shit. See how the difference in, you know what I mean? Yes, assess for good and bad character traits. Yeah, during the courting process, this is what we're talking about. See, the man that comes in, again, you're thinking that he has a certain face. Oh, he looks a certain way. He walks certain. No, sometimes the guy that is assessing whether and asking himself what you bring to the table comes in a meek, sweet, really nice. And I'll be honest, look, I'll put it on myself. I used to be that type of guy. Ceci Michelle, you say, Mike, you spoil women emotionally. I didn't have the money to spoil them, but I would spoil them emotionally. Spoil them, right? And I had this thing that for like 20 days, I always equated to this, to put it like this. If a nurse comes home, right, and we're on the couch, and I grab her feet and I put her on my lap, and I give her a massage. And I do that for 30 days. At the end of the 31st day, you know what she does? She walks home, she takes her shoes off, and she puts her feet on my lap automatically and expects me to massage her feet. Except this time, I don't massage her feet. And now she's looking at me like, you changed. What's wrong with you? Why aren't you, oh my God, and I'm looking at her like, do you not realize that this whole time, all I was waiting for you to do is look at me and say, all right, your turn? And I think that that's what men are asking now. That's what they're doing. They're looking at you and they're like, yo, I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna do all that. I'm gonna be super sweet to you. I'm gonna be amazing to you. And then the minute I see you don't reciprocate my energy, you don't bring it back to me, I'm leaving you and I'm walking away. That's what those men are saying, right? And what I'm telling women is, women, understand the type of man. Is he assessing you for a future or is he just assessing you? A man that's just assessing you doesn't see value in you. A man that's just assessing you already determined that you're not going to go into that girlfriend commitment box. Okay? And you could never get into that box. But a man that is just waiting for that reciprocation. That's the whole point I'm making. Nothing more, nothing less.
Why is there so much game involved in courting women and being with women and on all this stuff? Because when you're talking, I'm thinking, what a game, what a fallacy. Why can't you just turn around, massage my foot, and say to me?
How about this? Why do I have to lower my standard?
Wait. Why can't you turn around and say, hey, babe, you know what? You know how I'm always massaging your feet? I'd like to.
Because that's not my standard. My standard is somebody who does it because they want to. So I'll give you the example, and I hate to bring it up because I'm always the type when it's like my girlfriend, it's usually bullshit, but I'm just using this. I use these as examples. With me, I'll never forget it. Something very similar. I use that analogy. I came in, I grabbed her feet, I put them on my lap, and I started massaging her. And then she goes, before me thinking anything on the first date, she goes, your turn.
Because that's the way life should be.
You're being an idealist. That's fine. But that's not what the world is telling you it is right now. That's why we say the dating pool has piss in it. That's why these men have made this movement. That's why men are asking this question. See, there's the world we want to live in and the world that we're living in. And the world that we're living in is the women that I'm talking to right now. Hey, walk away from that. No, walk away.
Look, all I'm telling you, it took me a long time.
Anything you're going to show him or prove to him will be organic. And that's it. And if he can't take you as who you are and what you offer in the state that you're in, then you'll never be able
100%.
You'll never be able to answer that question.
100%. Let me tell you something. It took me a really long time, a long time to find the person that I'm in, the relationship that I'm in. Okay. It took an extremely long time. And I can tell you
An hour.
that what we're building slowly is based on genuine kindness and good old-fashioned love. Period. There's no financial gain. There's no demands and, I need you to bring me to the next level. There's none of that. It's just good old-fashioned, let me get to know you in the deepest sense. Okay? That's it.
That's cool during the courting period. That's how it works for men during the courting period. We're coming up on an hour. We're definitely going to table this for part 2. As a matter of fact, let's table it. But I want to go back to just a brief commercial. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of the Hopeful Romantic Podcast was brought to you by Shallow River to Deep Ocean, a man's guide to understanding his woman by first understanding himself, by yours truly, Michael A. Navarrete, a.k.a. Mr. Dropping Dimes. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your participation. Please like, share, and don't stop the comments. Let it keep going. Let them keep flowing. Really appreciate you guys, everybody who commented. Great job. Thank you, Gomez. You would say Gomez, appreciate you. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Peace.